Just when you think the G4TV situation can't get any more ridiculous, it does. They were shut down weeks ago, and people like Frost won't stop grasping for attention on social media, but now people G4 were trying to hire as hosts have come out and admitted they wouldn't hire people unless they hated Batman's white privilege. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this is a Clownfish TV article. It says G4TV interview process involved questions about canceling Batman. It says, in the wake of the cancellation and closure of the reboot to G4TV by Comcast, more details about the short-lived network have been coming out. I mean, it has been just a waterfall of information and leaks. I understand that they're shut down at this point, so it can't really change anything. It's not like, they're in that limbo of they might shut down, but they haven't. I mean, they are shut down. But it still looks terrible for the people who were behind the network. A combination of tweets and open discussions on podcasts from various individuals involved with the network have given everyone insight into how the network was troubled for a long time. But was even more interesting about G4TV prior to the network's relaunch, plagued by other factors unrelated to what was seen in their content, details about what it was like to interview for a job at G4 may have given more troubling answers. I didn't think that this G4TV situation could get any more hilariously ridiculous, because at this point, it is a joke. If you told me any other network or company had questions like this, I wouldn't believe you. I would say that is too out there. That is too absurd. There's no way. But with G4, I believe it. I truly do think that these individuals are telling the truth. So it says, during the Spawncast after show posted on the YouTube channel for RGT85, content creator Misclick openly talked about her experience going through the interview process for G4TV. The discussion during the live show first started with chatter about the late actor Kevin Conroy and his contribution as the voice of Batman. R.I.P. Kevin, he was an amazing Batman. He will always be my Batsy. But it says this was interrupted by Misclick asking if it was okay to discuss something related now that G4TV was no longer around. And I'm sure to RGT this was a little bit confusing, but she said, I was already sus of G4 during the interview process, and they offered me a host position where you have to relocate out to LA. So I go through the interview process, and the guy that was interviewing me, he goes, so why should we cancel Batman? I'm just saying, if anyone ever asked me that in an interview, I would get up and leave. And then I would go on social media and talk about how ridiculous they were and how ridiculous these questions were. He also followed up with saying, why do you believe we should cancel Batman? I was like, why are we canceling Batman? And he said, because he's rich and he's white. People believe that he just skates on the law, and that if someone of color did the same thing, they wouldn't get away with it as he does. Now, first of all, I think that it's important to establish here that Batman is a fictional character, okay? He's not real, so we can't really cancel him. Yes, characters have been attacked before, but we can't really cancel this fictional character. Maybe this interviewer doesn't know that Batman isn't actually a rich white man in real life, but, maybe now he'll understand. Batman is one of the most well-known fictional characters ever created. It's just as simple as that. And to have an interview process where you're asking people why you should cancel him is the most absurd thing I've heard. Again, I believe it because it's G4, and everything with G4 has been truly clown world. They want to cancel Batman because of his white privilege. I mean, what did they expect people to say? Oh yeah, I hate Batman. I mean, he definitely should be canceled because, ugh, a cis male who's white and rich, that is disgusting. Is that the answer that they were expecting from people? I want to know what Frost's answer was. We'll never know, but I wish that we knew. She also goes on to make a really good point that I was also thinking of. She said, to be honest, if I was getting robbed or assaulted in Arkham or something, I wouldn't really care who is saving me. I wouldn't care if he's rich and white. I just care that he's actually saving people, which is the number one point I think that we can take out of this. They are so mad at the race and status of a fictional character that they're overlooking what this fictional character has done in his career, which is saving people. They don't actually care that he's a well-written hero. They just care that he's rich and he's white, and it shouldn't be that way. There are plenty of fictional characters that happen to be black that have gotten away with the things that they're doing because ultimately they're saving people. I mean, look at Miles Morales. That was a video game. You didn't have the cops chasing you around the whole time because you were doing hero work. That didn't happen. There's Black Panther. Black Panther's a hero. He wasn't chased around just because of his race or his gender or any defining feature like that. These are simply characters who exist, who are doing the same things, who are also getting away with doing those things. A major reason why G4 failed was because it was ran by massive SJWs and the hosts were massive SJWs. If they had balanced it out with hiring a few people with completely opposite opinions, I think that honestly G4 could have gone somewhere, but unfortunately they had an interview process like this where they were demanding you answer why Batman should be canceled, and they were expecting you to answer with because he's got white privilege. This situation just keeps getting worse for them. It just makes everybody who is involved with this network look terrible. And, well, I mean, clearly they answered these types of questions correctly, which is just so cringe to think about. And I hate using the word cringe, but this situation is just genuinely the most cringe thing I think that I have seen of the year. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.